What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Erica. If you are new here, I'm so excited for this video because I feel like so many of you guys hopefully will get helpful information out of this video and potentially change the way that you're training a little bit in order to focus on your health, your fitness levels, your cardiovascular health, and just your wellness in general, because I feel like 2023 for me was the year of doing a 180 with my fitness journey, and 2023 was the year where I truly felt like I found a routine that felt the best to me. My body feels the best it's ever felt. I feel the least inflamed I've ever felt. I still feel strong. I feel fit and athletic, and I feel like I have a cardiovascular capacity. I feel mobile. All the things are just aligning perfectly. So I wanted to share the routine that I feel like completely transformed my body and my fitness levels, and honestly my mental health and my mindset as well around fitness. So without further ado, let's talk about it. The first thing that I started doing, which we're gonna take it back to March or April of 2023, is I started running. I just hit 13 kilometers, which is the longest I've ever ran. 2K. I'm running way faster than I need to, so we're gonna slow it down. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, I was never a runner. I literally trained just in the gym. So I would bodybuild, I did a stint of powerlifting. I only trained in the gym for probably the last 10 years. I ran a little bit in high school, but it's been a long time since then, okay? So I hadn't ran for a long time, and I just felt very unathletic. I didn't feel like I had any sort of cardiovascular capacity. I didn't feel like an athlete. So I decided I was gonna challenge myself and start running. So that is what I did first things first. I switched from a 5-day split in the gym to a 4-day split, and I introduced a little bit of running, and I slowly incorporated that until I felt like I was getting better, and I was actually really enjoying it at the time. I'm on top of the world right now. You may have heard a lot about the hybrid athlete mentality or the hybrid athlete training routine. And in my eyes, training in a hybrid style is just training in different forms of exercise, whether it's going to the gym and doing spin, or going to the gym and running, or doing yoga and dance. Like, hybrid just means different forms of exercise, right? So hybrid can look like whatever it wants to look like for you. For me right now, hybrid looks like training in the gym, doing some runs, doing some yoga, and doing some spin. So I incorporate all of those things into my current routine, and don't worry, we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty together in this video. But I started incorporating hybrid training last year when I started running, and truly that was kind of the beginning of this new era for me, if you will, with my fitness routine and with my training. And I felt like when I first started running and training at the same time, my body definitely transformed physically, but mostly mentally and just internally how I felt. I felt way healthier. I felt more like an athlete. I felt like I was challenging myself. I had been going to the gym consistently for so long. It wasn't like I wasn't pushing myself in the gym, but it just felt so repetitive and mundane at that point that I was itching for something new, something that was going to challenge me mentally and physically, and I feel like running was that thing for me. So throughout this video, I'm going to take you guys through what a week in the life looks like on my current training program. Today is actually Tuesday. I ran an 8-kilometer run this morning. Yesterday on Monday, I did my first resistance training workout of the week. Day 1 includes back squats, hamstring curls, incline bench, pull downs, curls, and tricep push downs for a full body day. So my current training split is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm resistance training in the gym. I'm doing 3 full body days. They're not crazy. There's not a ton of volume, but it is still enough to grow, develop strength, and just feel overall like I have some muscle on my body. Then Tuesday and Thursday are my running days. Tuesday is my long run day typically, so today I ran 8 kilometers. Thursday is my interval or speed run. So on Thursday this week, I believe I have a 7-kilometer interval run of some sort. I use the Runna Coach app for my running programming, and I do have a code for you guys. It's Erica2. It saves you 2 weeks free, I believe, and it's an awesome app. It's what I used to train for my 10K. It's what I used to train for my 5K before that, and I'd highly recommend it. It customizes all of your running plans for you based off of your experience levels, your current performance abilities, the days of the week that you want to train, how many days a week you want to train, all that jazz. So definitely check it out. I will link it in the description box, but that is currently how I'm approaching my runs, so Tuesday and Thursday. Alright, I just got back from a run. I wanted to interrupt this video and give you a little bit of like a in-the-moment view of how I feel. Today is actually Thursday. It was my second run of the week. Like I said, I do an interval run or a speed run on Thursdays. So today was a 7K pyramid run. I made a TikTok about it, so if you're not following me on TikTok, definitely go check out my TikTok. It goes through all of the run and how I did it. Yesterday at the gym, we did a full body session. I went with my friends and I tried to film, but my mic was dead, so I couldn't give you guys an overview, but it went really well. My legs are feeling a bit sore because I just started running a little bit longer distances than what I've been used to, so my body is still getting acclimated to longer distances and just the training split that I'm on right now, which is eccentric focused training block, so that means I'm slowing down the movements. So it's definitely harder on the body, but nonetheless, I'm feeling good. So tomorrow is another full body session. It's my last full body session of the week, but I'm feeling really good so far this week. No complaints. Like I said, I'm a little sore, but nothing unexpected. And then typically on a Saturday or Sunday, I will do some form of spin class just because honestly, it's fun for me. It's not that challenging if I'm being honest. I just love the vibes and I love going with my friends. So it's honestly kind of like social and fitness at the same time. So I'll do a spin class once a week. This week I'm going on Sunday with a friend of mine. And then I also like to incorporate some form of mobility, whether it's just doing mobility at home, stretching, etc. Or sometimes I will go to a yoga class. So I did book a yoga class this week on Saturday morning. I'm just doing a hot vinyasa flow. I love a hot vinyasa because I really love to just sweat out all the toxins from the week. So I programmed that for myself this Saturday as well. Honestly, it's not a very challenging class either. It's just nice to stretch, get my body moving, get my blood flowing, and get a sweat on. Good morning. It is Saturday morning and I just wanted to update the video to say I'm going to yoga right now. It is hot yoga day. I think I said this earlier, but I just booked a vinyasa flow in a hot room. So it's literally just an opportunity for me to like really sweat and stretch and move my body continuously. It feels so good. And then tomorrow I have a spin class. It's like a country themed spin class. So I'm really excited for that. But I just wanted to update you guys. I did take some clips from yesterday's gym session. So I'm gonna throw them in here. I didn't use my mic, so I will just do a voiceover kind of explaining some of the exercises, but hopefully you guys enjoy those clips. I was able to film the first 2 exercises of this full body day, and I started off with eccentric focused barbell sumo deadlifts. This whole block that I'm running right now is eccentric focused, which means I'm taking 3 to 5 seconds in the stretched position of the movement. So here it's the lowering phase, and that's gonna give me a really, really brutal but good stretch in the glutes. And then afterwards, we went into Smith machine deficit reverse lunges, again with a 5-second eccentric, so 5-second lowering portion. Not only is that going to get a good stretch in the glutes, but the deficit is going to enhance that stretch in the glutes, really targeting glute growth here. It felt amazing. And then I finished the workout with lateral lunges and lateral raises and some core work. One mistake that I made when I first started incorporating more of a hybrid style to my training is I went so hard right off the bat and it backfired. I sprained both of my ankles within 2 weeks of starting my running journey because I went too hard too fast. I thought, oh, I ran 3 kilometers last time, so I'm gonna run 4 kilometers and then I'm gonna run 5 kilometers. So we want to approach our running progression a little bit slower. So that's why I would suggest following a running program such as Runna. But I will say I went too hard too fast. I bought new shoes that didn't fit my feet. There's a lot that went into it, but taking it slow and easing into any new form of exercise is something I would highly recommend. So don't go off committing to, I'm gonna go 5 days a week. Start with 1 day of the week and see how it feels. Start slow, ease into it, and trust me, especially with running, you want those first runs, honestly most of your runs in general, to feel easy. If they're really, really challenging, you're probably not running in that zone 1 where you're going to build up your cardiovascular endurance. So take it down a notch, slow it down, ease into it. That goes for any form of new movement that you're introducing. Take it slow. If it's easy at first, that is okay. You can always build from there. Another really important point in all of this is you want to make sure that you're doing things that you actually enjoy. I know at the beginning I said pick something that is challenging, that is out of your comfort zone, but if you've been doing it for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and you genuinely hate it, try something else. I started running and it was definitely challenging, but I did enjoy it. I loved the challenge. I started to really get excited for my runs. I would wake up itching to get outside. That's how you know it's something that you genuinely can sustain for a long period of time. But if it is something that you are dreading every single time, try something else. If you want to incorporate some form of cardio but running is not for you, try spin class, try rollerblading, try jumping rope. There's so many other forms of cardio that you can incorporate into your routine. Just because running is kind of trendy right now, or I'm saying that I do it twice a week, does not mean that you have to. All I'm suggesting is having a balance between resistance training and cardiovascular cardiovascular training in your routine. On the flip side of that, as I said in the beginning, I do believe it's important to pick something that is going to be challenging for you, whether that is just a goal within the form of cardio that you're currently doing. For myself right now, I'm training to improve my 10K time, which is going to push my body and be challenging for me week to week, but it's still a form of exercise that I enjoy. Mentally, I think it's so important to put yourself in a position that is stressful to a certain extent. It's going to build that resilience to stressful situations. Your body needs to be resilient to stressful situations to a certain extent in order to grow and adapt and evolve. So pick something that is challenging that you still enjoy. I'm gonna be honest, I don't get excited for every single run. There are some runs where I'm like, I could definitely sleep in right now, but majority of the time I'm enjoying myself and it is fun for me, but it's challenging my body physically and mentally at times. So like I said, having that balance of resistance training with the cardio, I feel like made a huge impact on my overall health, well-being, physique, mental health, fitness levels, all the things. But something else that I feel is so important that a lot of us neglect is our mobility and our flexibility. And so that is why, as I said before, I try and incorporate that at least once a week, whether it's stretching at home, stretching at the gym, or going to a yoga class, which like I said, I'm doing this week and I'll bring you guys along. But I feel like it's something that a lot of us neglect because it's time consuming. It's not necessarily the most fun and enjoyable. So finding a way to make it enjoyable for you. If I'm doing it at home, I'll put on a YouTube video that I'm excited to watch, or I'll play a podcast that I want to listen to and I'll stretch that way, or I'll follow along on some sort of a YouTube guided yoga or stretching video. That also can be helpful. I love going to yoga classes because it helps me get out of my head. I'm focused on my body and my breath, and so it's kind of like I get to detach from the rest of my life and the rest of the world for a little bit and really be present with myself and my body and focus on that flexibility and mobility that I wouldn't necessarily be thinking about the remainder of the week. And training mobility, flexibility, ranges of motion is not only going to feel good, but it's also going to help your workouts, because if you have a increased mobility in a specific range of motion, you're going to be able to progressively overload without having to add weight to the bar. For example, if I'm working on my ankle mobility and my hip mobility and I can now get deeper into my squat, I don't have to add weight to the bar, but I'm still progressively overloading because I can get an inch, 2 inch, 3 inches deeper in my squat, and that is more time under tension. And lastly, something that I feel like has always been important to me, but something that I've made more of an emphasis to prioritize the past year or so, are my daily steps. And I know this sounds very cliche, get your 10K a day, but truly hitting at least 10,000 steps a day for me every single day has been a game changer. It forces you to get outside on days where you maybe don't want to get outside or move your body. It always feels good to get fresh air or just move your body, get blood flowing. It's great for recovery. It's great for mental health. It's good to get that vitamin D if you're going outside. So there's so many benefits to walking every single day. It's not necessarily a form of cardio, but if you are someone who doesn't walk at all, then it's a great place to start. So maybe that in itself is your cardio that you're adding to get started, and that is beautiful if that's the case. So to recap, the things that I incorporated that I feel like truly transformed my overall health, well-being, body, mind, everything, is adding in some cardiovascular training to my already pre-existing resistance training routine. So like I said, right now, resistance training 3 days a week. My cardio is twice a week. And then on top of that, I like to prioritize some form of mobility, flexibility, whether that's stretching at home or doing yoga. I try and do that at least once a week. And then lastly, prioritizing my daily steps to get that blood flow, to get outside, and just to get my body moving on days where I'm not doing another workout. I would love to hear from you guys if any of these things are things that you already incorporate into your routine, or if you have been inspired by watching this video. Let me know down below what you are going to incorporate into your routine moving forward. If this was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a ton. If you are not subscribed, please go ahead and click that subscribe button down below if you enjoyed this video. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.